Okay, this is another thing. This is a continuation on the video I just spoke about, as far as dealing with the job and the job changes and how you need to read the room. Now, if your job all of a sudden comes out with a so called handbook and they're coming up with, all right, if you work 5 hours or more, you have to take a lunch. Now, mind you, it used to be 6 hours and up. You had to take a 30-minute unpaid lunch, right? So you had to clock out unpaid. All right. But let's say I'm working from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. That's 5 hours. So you're telling me I have to clock out for 30-minute lunch and I'm only going to get paid for 4.5 hours? Where does that happen? I never heard of that. But these are the changes that are going on as companies are trying to save money, right? Um, so this is what I was told, and they're, you know, seeking guidance from HR because a lot of people did not read this new handbook, right? But this is a way of them saving money. So I was told, all right, for me, like I used to go in, let's say 6 in the morning and work to 12 and not take a lunch because I didn't have to take a lunch. I'm only working 6 hours. But now I'm hearing I have to take a 30-minute lunch. And on top of that, it has to be 2 hours or more before I leave. So it's a whole bunch of this and that, um, going on, right? So I was told, well, I could work 5.5 hours and take 30 minutes. That way I have 5 hours. And I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. Um, if a job has low census, like I said before, and you're hearing that they're calling CNAs, certified nursing assistants, um, the people that answer the phones, the assistants, they're telling them to stay home, something's going on, right? They don't care if they have bills or not. Um, they'll tell them to use their PTO. If you find out that they've changed up the PTO, now they don't have sick days, you have to use your PTO. No, something's going on. Okay. It's a major one. If you find out that the supply, your company is not getting supplies from another company in order to do the work because your company that you work for have not paid the bill, read the room. Know something is up. Why did they not pay the bill? Think about it. Would you give someone a 30-day extension of your merchandise if they have not paid for the last shipment? Of course not. Why would you do that? But that's what's going on now. Not just in healthcare, but in other, you know, fields, like the clothing industry. That's what's going on. That's why a lot of them are closing. Okay? So I'm just saying, y'all, read the room, look at the little things, right? And I'm not Florida for you. I'm not saying also you got to be buddy buddy with your coworkers, but have a good rapport with your coworkers because some of them have an ear more than you do. Okay, like for me, the type of personality I have, I'm not gonna lie, I'm like the black blonde. You know what I'm saying? I have my moments. I do get upset, and I am a hothead, but a lot of times I'm in my own little world. I'm at one facility doing what I do. You know, which is making sure the paperwork is right, right? But I do go to the meetings and I hear certain things. But I have coworkers who are in another facility and they're hearing other things. They're seeing other things like, you know, um, certain reagents are not coming in. They're being held up and they hear because it's not paid for. That's a problem, okay? And you need to have a rapport with your coworkers, and you don't need a whole be rapport with everybody. You could just be, have a good rapport with just one person, right? And you feed them information, they feed you information, and you two could put your head together. Like I said, read the room. When I go to these meetings, right? Because every day I go to this meeting, they call it Flash, right? I go to these meetings and they're talking about the census. They're telling us make sure the employees are clocking in and clocking out for lunch. Everything is being watched and accounted for. No, there's a problem. All right. Not only that, now they're starting to write up people if even if they have problems clocking in and clocking out. If they have to do more than one of the form a week because they didn't clock in and clock out, they have to manually do it, they get written up. Okay? Watch for shit like that. Watch for if all this time you've been there, they were never, on who's late and who's not late, and all of a sudden they want to have a point system because this person is late, that person is late. Know that there's a problem. They want to get rid of people more than likely because they're cutting down, or might even look at closing. And of course, they're not going to tell the employees, but I want you all to read the room because this is what most of them do. I got laid off at least 3 times in my life, 3 or 4 times, 3 times in the medical field. And out of the 3 times, one person, well, one employer let us know ahead of time that they were laying off. Well, not even laying off, they were closing, right? So they told us this ahead of time. So when it was our time, they brought us in and like, hey, this is your last day, thank you. But we knew ahead of time, right? So, and this was right before Christmas years ago. I don't do Christmas, but many people do, right? And as I know, people plan to give their children and grandchildren gifts and spend time. So they need money. So that's why I implore you guys to save, have a plan, have emergency funds, get the fuck out of debt. So you could chill. You know what I'm saying? If something happened, all right. You know, um, I know a lot of people don't want to work 2 jobs, but have your own little business. because it might come a time where they lay you off, because they'll smile right in your face, oh, you're doing a good job, but when it comes down to it, they will lay you off because they have to. Yep. Oh, I see the sheriff pull somebody over. Somebody was speeding. Oh well. Yeah. Yeah. So it's it's that time, y'all. I talked about it. Ooh, I was sitting right here. Look through the videos. I talked about it. I think back in April last year. So it should be no surprise. Yep. So, if you see the writing on the wall, don't panic. Even if you have bills, don't panic. Just come up with a plan to, get on survival mode. Knock out some of them damn bills, y'all. And if you do get laid off or fired, whatever, know that there's the unemployment office, and hopefully if you earned enough credits, you can file for unemployment. And not only you can get unemployment, but a lot of the places, they'll even pay for you to go back to school. Some states, at least in Florida, it's called the WIA, WIA, Whiskey Igloo Alpha, right? And I forgot what the hell that stands for, but they'll pay for you to go to school, and you get unemployment checks. So, if you want to change up your field, do that, and they'll help you find a job. And if you are a veteran, like I am, they have veteran counselors that will help you. And they have a bunch of programs as well. So, yeah. So I'm just letting y'all know, learn to read the room. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Be prepared. And, that's it. You know what's important. Look at this. I don't know if y'all can see this. Let me see if y'all can see. I think they moved. But they have grasshoppers over here. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Let me walk this way. It's too much noise over here. All right. Of course, like food and all that stuff. Have your canned goods, have all that good stuff. Have it all, have what you need. Don't go overboard with junk food and all this good stuff. All right. So, you need to have a plan as far as even your shopping. You need to have a budget, what you feel is important in your life to have. Of course, the soaps, the lotions, you have to prioritize your needs above your wants, at least until you get that other job. So yes, prioritize your needs and your wants. Your needs come first before your wants. Yeah, so that's all I have to really talk about, y'all. Like I said, yeah, I gotta get some detergent. Let that sit right there till I get some detergent. Let's multitask. All right, I'll put my laundry basket back where it belongs. So anyway, yeah, guys, like I said, maybe I'm repeating myself over and over, but I want you to thrive, not just survive. But sometimes, you know, you're going to have to just survive. Um, and the difference between thriving and surviving is having a plan and executing your plan. All right, this is Omonike. I'm about being safe, sane, and healthy. Learn how to read the room.